Hi everyone, I'm Elise and you're watching Elise in Wonderland. And if you're going to Curacao and you're looking for some fun things to do there, then keep watching because the most fun things to do on Curacao are coming up. Elise in Wonderland, traveling the world to find the right information for your next destination. So, Curacao is an island that lays in the Caribbean, and that means that there's a lot of fun stuff to do on Curacao, and a lot of it has to do with water. Not all of it, but a lot of it. So, I'm breaking down 8 fun activities that you can do on and around Curacao. Let's get into it. Alright, so number 8 is cliff jumping. So Curacao is actually surrounded by a lot of cliffs instead of beaches, which means that there's a lot of fun places you can jump off of into the ocean. Kind of scary, also a lot of fun. That's actually really fun to do, even though it is scary. It surprised me how scary it was. Like when you look up when somebody else is doing it, it looks as easy as can be. You just jump off, you land in the ocean, whatever. But when you're standing on the edge and you have to jump yourself, man, that's a whole different story. But I did it. Here's some proof. Okay. 3, 2, this is so freaking high.
Okay, 1 second. Yeah.
Oh,
Is it recording?
Yeah?
Yeah, 1 second. Leave me recording. Check this out. She wanna jump. Look, the beautiful place here. It's so high, and she will jump. Oh my God! Are you ready?
Yes!
She's ready.
Oh my gosh. Alright. Count for me, please. 3, 2, 1. Oh my God! I honestly loved it, even though you are completely salted. Like, there is salt everywhere. Your eyes are salty, your nose is salty, your mouth is salty, in your ears, it just gets everywhere in the most uncomfortable places. But it's definitely worth it. If you love a thrill, it is so much fun. The best place to do that is actually at Playa Forte. So at Playa Forte, there's actually a cliff that's about 12 meters high. That's probably the highest cliff that you can find on the island, but there's a ton of other cliffs that you can jump off of as well. So yeah, that's number 8. Let's move on to number 7. And that is going on a boat tour, because there is tons and tons of boat tours. There's a boat tour that you can go barbecuing at the Spanish waters and you can see the sunset. I went on a boat tour and I went snorkeling, and we went to the Blue Room, which is also mentioned in one of my other videos about the best snorkel places, so definitely check that out as well if you're interested. And there's a lot of other boat tours as well. There's actually also a glass boat, so the bottom of the boat is made out of glass, so you can actually see all this sea life that's underneath you through the bottom of the boat. So that's really cool. At least it seems cool to me. I've not done this, so if you have, please leave a comment below. Like, is it really exciting, or is there actually barely anything to see, and do you just see some sand and rocks? Or can you actually see some interesting fish and coral? And yeah, just let me know, because I'm curious about that. And there's also an open water experience that you can do at the Dolphin Academy. So definitely check that out as well. And it also brings me to the next activity, which is number 6, because that's a lot of other activities on the water, but that's not on a big boat. But you can also go kayaking or paddleboarding, or you can rent a jet ski, which can be a lot of fun, but that's more about the activity itself and being on the water. A lot of beaches will actually rent out paddleboards and kayak. Jet skis are not at every beach, but there's definitely a lot of places that rent those out as well. Just check that out online. I actually personally did not do any of these, but yeah, let me know your experience if you've ever gone paddleboarding or kayaking in the ocean, because to me it seems like the waves could be kind of crazy, but I have not done it, so I cannot speak from experience. Let's move on to number 5. And number 5 is actually windsurfing. Now, I did do this and I loved it. We went to windsurfing Curacao, which is kind of a neat setup at the Spanish waters. And the surroundings there are just really pretty. I really enjoyed it. It's very easy setup. You just get aboard, you get a sail, they get you in the water, and you can just kind of sail off. And depending on your skill level, though, if you have no experience at all, you might want to consider taking a lesson, because it's really hard. Definitely over there, when at the day that I was doing it, the wind was kind of crazy. The wind would kind of fluctuate between going really fast and like there barely being any wind at all. So that kind of made it difficult, and I'm not really that experienced yet either, as you can probably see, but yeah. So, but definitely go do that. It's a lot of fun. And if you're looking for a little bit more of a thrill, you can actually also go kite surfing. And I'm not sure if you can also do that at the Spanish waters, but there is a kite surfing school that you can go to, and that's at St. Joris Bay on the opposite side, more on the north side. So yeah, definitely check that out if that's something that you're into, because that looks like amazing fun as well, and I wish I could do that. It's a little bit more expensive though. So number 4 is a buggy ride, and a buggy ride is a lot of fun. I actually did not get to do this myself, which I'm really bummed about, because I know this is a very popular activity to do on Curacao, and I hear a ton of positive reviews. So there is multiple organizations that provide you this option. So definitely check that out online. Also different tours. You can go with a shorter tour that takes you to the east side, or a longer tour, which is I think 4 hours, and that takes you all the way around the west side of the island. And it is just gorgeous out there. Yeah, let me know your experience, because I actually really am sad that I didn't get to do it. Number 3 is another thing that I actually did not get to do, which is also something that was on my bucket list. But those months that I was there, they fly by, seriously. So please make sure you enjoy every day of your stay, because it is so much fun to be on Curacao and there's so much stuff to do. So number 3 is to go dive. And diving is still definitely on my bucket list, and to go diving in the Caribbean, definitely worthwhile. It is quite expensive, but yeah, and also worth mentioning, you can also go on an aquafari. It's kind of this weird bike thing that goes underwater, and like you can just steer it around, and you kind of have your head in this fishbowl. So yeah, it looks like amazing fun, but leave a comment down below if you've done this and what your experience was. Moving on to my number 2. And number 2 is climbing the Cristobal Mountain. And honestly, it's weird that I put this on my number 2, because you think, well, you're climbing a mountain, whatever, like you can do that wherever. But this climb took me by surprise so much. That's why the experience was so great. So I actually kind of feel bad that I'm already telling you this, because I just was expecting just to walk up a mountain and then just be at the top, see an amazing view, and then walk back down. But it kind of took me by surprise that all the way at the end, it really is a steep climb, and you actually need to use both your hands to climb the rocks to actually get to the top. So that was quite fun. You definitely do need to use both hands, so keep your hands free. Make sure that you bring a backpack and not a handbag. Dogs are definitely not allowed, and definitely also do not bring your younger children. But yeah, you want to get up early. Get there early. The park opens at 6. You're not allowed to climb up the mountain after 10 o'clock in the morning because it will get too hot and the chance of you fainting is a lot higher, and it's really hard to help you once you're up the mountain. And honestly, the climb is pretty challenging. It took us about an hour and a half. I know that there's people that do it a lot faster. I also know that people probably take a lot longer as well. Bring a lot of water, bring some food so you can enjoy a nice breakfast once you're up there. And honestly, once you go down, my legs were shaking, like they were acting crazy. That definitely tells that it is quite an exercise, but it is definitely worth it. All right, moving down to my number one, and that is a dolphin experience. I got to do this at the place that I work at, and it is the most amazing thing. I absolutely loved swimming with dolphins. It is such a calming and fun experience that you can interact with a dolphin. It's lovely to pet a dolphin and to play with it, to dive with it. It does cost a lot of money. You can go to the Sea Aquarium website to see the different types of dolphin experiences that you can have. I actually got to do a one-on-one with a dolphin. I got to swim with dolphins at my workplace, so which is probably very different from doing a group experience. And I know that sometimes the groups can be pretty big, and if you cannot afford to swim with dolphins, just go swim with sea turtles instead at Playa Grande. That's for free. So if you want more information about that, check out my snorkel video because I'll explain everything to you there. Yeah, I hope this video was helpful to you. I hope that you're gonna have an amazing vacation on Curacao and that you get to do a lot of fun things while you're there. Just let me know your experience, and if you thought this video was helpful and it gave you some new ideas, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to learn more about Curacao, please check out my other videos and consider subscribing because there's still more coming. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Love always, adventure often. Bye guys!